What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back. Hope you're all having a glorious morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you're listening. Hope you're enjoying that. And let's get into it. The Orlando Magic are making moves. They have signed two young players to two-way contracts. Orlando Robinson, which is ironic, Orlando Robinson going to Orlando, and Jamal Cain. And Orlando Robinson and Jamal Cain were both undrafted in the 2022 NBA draft. They actually both wound up with the Miami Heat, which is also interesting. So these guys, go back. They know each other. And I think this is a good move by the Magic. Obviously, if you were watching the NBA last season, you knew that the Magic were decimated by injuries. So having, two guys that they want as a part of their program in terms of both the Orlando Magic and the Osceola Magic, I think that's how you say it, which is their G League affiliate. They're basically saying, okay, we want these dudes, and our guys go down again. We want these dudes coming up to play for our team, right? So both of them, pretty versatile players in my opinion. They're both, I think, defensive guys more than anything. But Orlando Robinson's a 7-footer. His career averages of 4.7 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, 1.2 assists. Shoots about 47% from the field and 34% from three, 75% from the free throw line across 111 games since he entered the league in 2022. So he actually just had his best stretch in 35 games for the Raptors this past season. He started 8 of them, played 20 minutes a night, averaged 8.1 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, and shot 34% from three, 44% from the field. So this is a guy who can be a stretch 5. He could play the stretch 4 if you need him to. He's not the best defensive presence yet. He can block shots here and there, but he's more of a rebounder and scorer from the center position. Jamal Cain, on the other hand, is a guy that's a little bit more versatile, spent time both at Marquette and the University of Oakland, or Oakland University, in his college career. And at Oakland, I found his stat line pretty intriguing. He averaged 19.9 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 1.8 steals per game while shooting roughly 50% from the field and 84% from the free throw line. So he's a guy that needs to improve his three-point shot. He doesn't have a bad, percentage since he entered the league. He's shooting about 33.6% for his career across 81 games. He's played for Miami as well as the New Orleans Pelicans. This past season, he played 37 games for New Orleans and then played collectively 44 games for Miami in the 22-23 and 23-24 seasons. So this is a guy who I think they're trying to make him into a stretch 4, but he's 6'6", about 190 pounds. He's been logged a lot of minutes at the power forward slot. I think he's more of a guy that plays on the wings as terms of as a shooting guard or a small forward, but he does have pretty good rebounding ability for his size. He's also a very good defender. I think he defends the ball very well. He's also very good moving off the ball, both offensively and defensively. So he just really needs to get his three-point shot together. If he's a guy that can shoot 38, 39% from three, I think he has a very good case to stick around in the league, not even on a two-way deal, on a regular standard NBA contract. So it's going to be interesting to see how many minutes these guys get going into the season. I would imagine probably not a lot because I think with the East being as wide open as it is right now, they're looking to play their guys that are the main guys as much as possible and really contend for a championship next season, right? I don't know if the Magic really have what it takes to, dethrone the Oklahoma City Thunder or, even, defeat the Los Angeles Lakers or the Denver Nuggets. But I do think with how open the East is, there's a shot for the Magic to make it to the finals. I don't think it's super likely, but I think it's possible, right? But the depth chart right now only shows Orlando Robinson as the 5th center off the bench for the Magic. Jamal Cain isn't even listed on their depth chart. So I would imagine Jamal Cain is going to spend a lot of time in the G League. Orlando Robinson is a guy, since every NBA team needs size as well as size that can shoot, Orlando Robinson will probably see himself up in the league a lot more. But both guys are still young. Jamal Cain is 26 years old. Orlando Robinson is 25. And I don't know if these guys are going to be stars in the league at any point in their lives, but you know, on some level, I do think they can contribute to an NBA team, whether it's with Orlando or with another team. These are guys that have skill sets that can fit in with a lot of different NBA teams, and that's why you've seen them bounce around so much, is because a lot of teams think that they can be a part of their team for the future, and then, you know, it's either the cap or something else going on where, you know, they move on from them. But I think for the most part, people see these guys as two players that have potential. So, and shout out to Miami. I think the Miami Heat do a great job of finding undrafted talent. Because honestly, there's so many guys that go undrafted that wind up being on the Miami Heat. And the Heat are never a team that are like, we're going to tank or, you know, not play our best players. We're going to put the best product that we can out there and see what happens, right? That's why you have guys like Duncan Robinson, who went undrafted, you know, signing a big deal with the Pistons this offseason. You have a lot of these guys that, you know, start in Miami and then they find their way out to another spot. So shout out to Miami Heat and their scouting department. They're really putting it together and finding good, you know, diamonds in the rough, you know, in my opinion. So that's all I got, guys. We got Jamal Cain and Orlando Robinson joining the Orlando Magic on two-way contracts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'm going to check you guys later, man. Stay up, stay blessed, stay safe, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.